Hi there, this is Tully, and today I'm going to draw a scary Halloween pumpkin. I'm going to draw like a shape there, like a typical round shape. But on this side, I'm going to draw like it's all been melted and I don't know, type of sort of like rotten and horrible and scary, which thought it might be quite cool, you know. We draw one of the eyes there, a nice carved out eye, and the other one has just joined all the rotten part of there. We'll come back to all that area and fill it all in. Let all that join that. Do a evil grin at that side and draw the bottom teeth in to match the top ones. Then all that just tapers off there. Draw a more solid line. Start to draw the top of the pumpkin in there. In this part I could maybe do demonic teeth. I just thought of that, which will be smaller and there'll be more of them. And they'll follow along with all this rotten, scary part. Add like solid lines in there. Bits of pumpkin there, just all melted and broken. The lines there. We've got to do a pumpkin carved out nose. I'll draw that end being dragged into the demon scary bit. Draw an evil frown on there. Few little lines there just to suggest the stem there. But really it's all about this bit. So we'll come back and ink all this. Or I'll say like you'll come back and all this will be inked and we'll start colouring it. And so here is the inked design of the Halloween pumpkin, which is slightly scary. And so I've got like a mini Sharpie marker, orange one. So we just start to add in some areas which we want to be orange. You just draw this in a sketchy way, you don't have to draw it too precise at the moment because I'll start to add other colours in. Probably not with a Sharpie marker pen, just maybe other cheap felt tips. Just about drawing in that suggestion of the orange colour. You don't have to draw in all of the orange, you know. because there'll be different shades of it as well, so there we go. Just working quite quickly here. A slight touch there, bits here, bits there, bits everywhere. I'll probably leave all that colour there because since it's going to look quite rotten, or it might look a bit demonic, I might do it a different colour, you know, to that. Just changing pens here. Got like a brush pen, which is sort of the same colour. But what we want to add here is like a feathered look to each of the sides. So we got there the feathered look, which gives it sort of like a style there, which looks quite, you know, good. And then we'll just get the other colours in. As you see, we've got the yellow here. We'll just start to add this in, but again I won't do the complete, you know, area. And also slightly feather that into, you know, against the white. Also, you can forward this video if it's too long for you, so you know, just get the, you know, see the end result. But if you like see, you know, seeing the like the drawing, you know, progress, then that's entirely up to you. start to move along now quite quickly, otherwise I'll be here forever. Especially when bits of the colours just get on the tip. Again, just leave that area of white just to contrast, you know, because it looks kind of effective, more like in an old style graphic technique, which I learnt at college. Don't matter if it goes over the edge, like, you know, because it's just a drawing, and you can clean that up if you wanted to scan it in to the computer anyway. That's the first little stage there. Yeah, so you notice the, you know, the bright colours of the pumpkin there. Well, this rotten part here is going to be, you know, the darkest area, and I'll start to use a brown. I'll start to shade most of this in, but we'll leave some areas. Especially the eye, I want to leave that there. Because that'll glow another colour. Eventually when I put it onto the computer or Photoshop it, add an effect, you know, to it. So. Just about sketching in, you know, small areas, just to add, you know, sort of like an effective shading on the pumpkin, because it's all rotten after all, so that's the effect we want to achieve. And we don't have to draw really precise just to achieve that. You can draw rotten part in here, still just slightly, just to give it a rotten feel to it. There, we can see that half now, like, you know, taking place there, so we can start to add another colour here. So maybe take the orange and maybe just add a few small areas to highlight, but don't go overboard with it, because we want some of them white areas just to show through. So we get the yellow felt tip pen, and we just go over some of the other areas, you know, just filling them in slightly, because we want this to be a graphical representation of an evil, hairy, a scary skull, sorry, getting carried away then. Also, I'll probably draw a hairy pumpkin in the future if you want. Should be fun. And I'll leave that eye there because I want that to be a different colour, maybe like a red with a white, centre there, just to show, just draw a yellow highlight in the teeth there, just ever so slight line, just to carry some of the colours through, and maybe a couple of little small highlights here and there. And just carry through the highlights. Remembering to leave some areas of white because we don't want it to be too precise a drawing. Oh, forgot a bit there. It's starting to shape up pretty well, but it's still not finished yet. So we've got a red here, so we'll start to shade in that eye there. And I'll leave a white area because when it comes to the final computer graphic, I'm going to do a nice glow or a lens flare on that. And so all it is just to colour in the stem, which is usually a green. So we've got a dark green there, and just go over that black area right in the centre, and that's the dark green finished, and then we get the light green, which sort of looks the same. I can show you it's a light green. And then if you wanted to, you could get a brown and just go over the centre piece there, just to make it a lot more darker. Even though it looks totally black now, but you get the idea. And then you could bring in the yellow just to smooth off some of the areas up here. And there we have a scary Halloween pumpkin. Zoom out. But just wait until I finish off the graphic on the Photoshop and it should look a lot better.